City of the Week. How are you guys?
Great, thanks for having us.
Woo! Yeah, so I saw the set. Incredible. The first thing I got to ask you about is whose idea was it to cover Pardon Me? That was my favorite thing.
I kind of gave everybody options. Like I went through, because we always struggle to find covers. It's always, because we want to do a new one every tour. And I just kind of got a list of like 4 or 5 bands or 4 or 5 songs that I was like, hey, and I knew we had talked about it before. And so as soon as I said, they were all like meh about everything else. And then when I got to Incubus, they're like, yes. And so like, okay, ding ding. We gotta all be happy, you know, obviously. So.
Every single person has been like, no one ever covers Incubus. It's worked out well. It's been a good.
Well, no, I mean, I loved it. Do you have any other influences or anybody else you might want to cover in the future?
We've
played a lot of covers. So
we did a Black Sabbath cover. We did Led Zeppelin. We did Blondie. We did Taking Back Sunday. We've done Foo Fighters.
Queens of the Stone Age.
Queens of the Stone Age.
I can't.
9 Inch Nails.
Jimmy Eat World.
So right now we haven't even thought about the next cover because Pardon Me is a newer one. We just did it on the last tour, and we're gonna do it at the Rochester show coming up, obviously. And but yeah, we'll have to think about it a little bit.
Yeah, no, I feel you. And I saw that when you were on stage, you were like, albums to us are a snapshot at where we were in our lives at the time. So talk to me, I know your album is upcoming still, but like talk to me about what we can expect from that and where you guys were at the time you were working on it.
Yeah, we were just kind of struggling to kind of find ourselves again, you know. I mean, I feel like we just tried so hard. We just listened too much. I mean, obviously listening is a really great thing, but I feel like we just listened to people just way too much. We took every bit of criticism, because we take criticism very well. But we took every bit of criticism and we just tried to be people we weren't, and you know what, we're like, you know what, that's probably not a good idea, and we just kind of sat down with our producer and he's like, you know, just write what you want, and it kind of shaped the album for what it is today. And it's like once you got past that block, everything just flowed, and it was like, oh, we're us again, you know, it's like we can write a song. So, but it was a really tough time, you know, I mean, just going through a lot of changes in our professional life, and obviously this is all we want to do, and so it's really rough when, you know, people you close to you let you down, and you know, people you work with let you down, and your friends let you down. It's just like, it was really frustrating, and so we just kind of channeled all that, we learned how to write a song again, and we channeled it all in there, and you know, we're really, really happy with the product. So we couldn't have asked, you know, tough times are tough, but I mean, we couldn't have asked for, you know, anything more.
Absolutely. And since you're fellow Minnesotans, I've got to ask you, I've only been in Minnesota for like a year. What is the most Minnesota thing you could say to me right now, ever?
Don't you know?
Don't you know? Well, that's what we met Cold Kingdom like earlier this summer, and they said, a tater tot hot dish, don't you know? So how Minnesotan is that?
Hot dish. Or like, anytime you're trying to get around, everyone from Minnesota is always like, oh. Like, that's a Minnesota thing.
That is a Minnesota thing. And the little half smile when you see somebody on the street, like the. Yeah, I guess you can't say that on the radio. Like, I mean, you can't see me right now, but it's like the.
It's a passive-aggressive smile.
Yeah.
Is really what it is. Like that.
Hello, I hate you.
Yeah, that moment in the grocery store where you don't want to get around somebody, but you need to, and you don't want to scare them, but you do anyway. It just, resistance is futile. So for anybody who doesn't know about the new album, what's it called? When's it out? Tell us when we can expect it.
The album is called Pulling Teeth. There isn't a date set yet. It's all done though. It's all mixed and mastered, and it's finished. But yeah, just trying to find the right home for it, the right moment to put it out. It's a very important record to us, so we want to make sure like it gets out there in the right way, instead of like, oh, we put it out and then nobody cares a week later.
Locking in distribution overseas is kind of what's really important to us, because we obviously want to get over to the UK, get over to Japan. We get lots of requests, and so I want to make sure the record is available there in its physical form. That's kind of what the wait is, because I know we were talking about April through June of this year, and obviously that came and went, and everyone's like, where's your record? And so we kind of had to let them know, you know, there's things going on in the back that we're working on, so.
Right, totally. Now, Steph, as a girl, I like to ask this question. I'm sure you get messages from younger girls who are like, I like you, I like what you're doing, I want to do what you do. How does that make you feel as a female-fronted band?
I mean, it feels good. I mean, it always feels good to influence people for the better. I'm vegetarian, I'm very animal rights, so I get a lot of the, like, oh, I was thinking about doing that, or I saw you're vegetarian. Can you tell me more about it? And I remember I sent a girl. She became vegan. I know she has health issues, and so finding the right food is hard. And she became vegan because she really likes animals like I do. And she couldn't find vegan mayonnaise. She's like, I love mayonnaise, and I can't find a good one. And so I remember I sent her a jar of vegan mayonnaise in the mail, just so she could have good. And she loved it. She loved it so much. And so I go to great lengths to help people, obviously. And another subject is makeup and hair, obviously. And I will talk about that all day long. I got the Jeffree Star highlighter on now.
Yes.
I just got it, so.
Yes. I love it. I love it. Well, how hard is it to do the vegan thing while you're on tour?
I mean, I'm not vegan. I'm just vegetarian. But I mean, it's kind of tough. A lot of people don't know what that is, or especially in like the smaller towns, like the South and the Midwest. They're like, "What's that?" Here is lettuce, and you're like, "Wow." But I mean, it is what it is. And places like this, I mean, most people, like cities and whatever, are cool with that. It's just smaller towns that are like, oh, "We don't know what that is," and you're, like, "Well, what do you eat? Do you eat grass?" And it's like, really? It's 2017, you guys. But it's cool. You just educate people, and now they know, and that's kind of what being vegetarian's about, or vegetarian or vegan, whatever you are. It's just about educating people and kind of getting the word out there.
Right. So if you could tell somebody about the lifestyle or why they should or shouldn't be a part of it, what would you say?
I mean, I just like animals. That's my personal belief. I don't want to get preachy. Everybody can do what they do. That's just my personal belief. I like animals, and I have a dog and a cat and a turtle. They're all rescue animals. So I just, want to try and, make the world a better place.
Yeah, I've got a cat too. Do you guys have pets?
Dog and a cat.
Dog and a cat? Okay. Yeah. I have a long black-haired cat. I love her. Her name is Pantera.
Oh.
Her
name is Pantera. It's got to be because she meowed along to walk.
Oh, okay.
So
That's awesome.
when you do that, you kind of have to name her Pantera.
Yeah.
So for you guys, what kind of comfort food do you go to when it comes to tour? Do you look for anything specific?
I try and eat healthy while on the road because it's easy to slip into just eating like, can I swear on here?
Yeah.
Like total like 24/7, and then I just feel gross. I look gross. But when I go hard, I mean, biscuits and gravy is amazing. Anything fried to hell and back is my. I don't know. I'm a garbage disposal. I'll eat anything.
Who is it? I mean, really. How about you?
Oh, that's tough. Probably like those really nasty like cheese sticks you get at like a Kwik Trip. I don't know why they're so cheap and they're so good.
The tornadoes.
The tornadoes, yeah, they make me feel terrible, but I'll eat them probably every day.
Yeah. But if you don't like Kwik Trip, you're probably not from Minnesota.
Right?
Right.
Kwik Trip is our go-to. They have these pretzels and cheese. Oh my god.
Yeah.
Oh my god.
Don't get me started on that.
Dude, exactly. So you talked about your love of makeup. I love it too. I got a little bit of eyeliner on now.
Nice.
You can see. How long does it take you to put together your look?
Well, back in the day, I would literally spend like an hour and a half, 2 hours just doing my whole thing. Because, back in the day, I had the big hair, big makeup.
Oh, yeah.
And one day on tour, I was like, you know what, screw this. Like, I can't do this the rest of my life. I mean, just think all the time, how many hours per day you spend for every single day. Like, I was one of those, I was in high school every single day. Spend 2 hours on my makeup and my hair, and then, after doing that for 6 years, you're like, what? And you add the time together? Think how much time per year. It's like a month out of every year is spent doing my hair and my makeup. I was like, I got stuff to do. So I kind of toned it down, and, obviously people evolve. I'm not the same at 16 as, now 23. I'm not the same person. And I do want to evolve. Something that drew me to music and art is the evolution and seeing people grow and change. And I personally am not a fan of artists that do the same thing for like 20 years. They look exactly the same, especially being a female. Like, I mean, this stuff's fun. Makeup's fun. Hair, clothes, everything's fun. You got to have fun with it, and you got to roll with it and try new things. Like, that's what life is about, is try new things, try new looks. Sometimes it doesn't work out. I've had some looks that are like, oh, what was I thinking? But, it's part of growing up.
No, totally. I mean, we were watching Korn last night. We were watching Stone Sour last night. I mean, Corey Taylor brought, like, inflatable, wacky arm dudes, confetti. I mean, they look for ways to make their show just unique, each and every one. They try to up the production value every time. You guys, I thought it was so cool you had the skyline. I mean, really, for your set. So how did that come to be?
Oh my god.
Yeah. I mean, me and Brent built them.
Yeah.
Oh, you did? Wow.
Yeah.
In Rochester, in my parents' garage.
Oh,
we
wow.
we had the idea, like, a skyline would be really cool. And then we bought a bunch of sheet metal and
cut our hands
this
like,
thing
really bad.
like to cut sheet metal with, and we're like, this is gonna be awesome. And then we went like to use them the first show. It didn't have the wood or anything. It was just this sheet metal, and it was like this floppy building of death. It was it would just cut
dangerous.
It would cut you so bad. And then we were like, all right, we need to rethink this a little. So we added the wood to it. Now they're like 20 pounds. It's like,
But when you're on stage, you're like only semi-terrified that they might topple you.
Right?
Only
Yeah.
oh no, they stay up pretty well.
They stay up pretty well. Yeah. No mishaps today, thankfully.
We did break them that first time though.
Yeah.
Oh, did
When
you?
they were just like sheet metal, they had like these really flimsy like wood bases. We like set them up at Northern Invasion, put them on stage, and like 30 seconds later they like ripped in half. Yeah, it was brutal.
Awesome. Well, is there anything else you want us to know at all? This
Yes.
is your time. Go ahead.
We are playing Rochester at the North Star Bar July 29th.
Oh, nice.
And it's where the official fair, I think the fair is going on then, and we're the official after party. And also In This Moment is in town that night, and we'll be playing, I mean, the first band starts at, I believe, like 10, 11, and so we'll be going on maybe midnight. So it's going to be a really late show for people that obviously when they go out to the fair ends pretty early, like 9, 10, I want to say. And then In This Moment show, I think it's over about 10-ish. So we needed, obviously, when people go out to a show, they're all hyped up. They go to the fair, they're hyped up, they want to go somewhere and drink. And so we were like, you know what, let's snag that opportunity and be the party, because we love to party.
I don't know if you guys know this, but like our party kind of went like before In This Moment, and you know, and most of us night said they were coming. We were expecting Puddle of Mud and Non-Point to be at the Olmsted County Fair. They X'd out of it, so now that we know you guys are here,
Yes.
we're good.
Absolutely.
We're good.
After the show, come out to North Star Bar. It'll be North Star Bar is always a great time.
Yeah.
So yeah, come
There's
on
no
out.
wrong time to be at North Star. You guys know this.
Exactly.
Cool. Well, we'll see you guys there. Thank you so much for coming to see us.
Thank you.
Rockfest 2017.